everyone. Welcome back for our fourth practice of the koshas. And this is one of my favorites. This is Vinjanamaya kosha, which is the wisdom body. So we moved from the physical body, what we can see and, connect with, into the breath, the next subtle layer, which we can still feel, and then into the mental body, manomaya kosha. And then going even deeper, more subtler, is the wisdom body. And this is our ability to connect to deeper knowing, or ability to connect to our intuition and our gut. And this is what differentiates ourselves from animals and or other animals, and our ability to direct the course of our lives. Right, to make judgment, to make decisions, the ability to discriminate between right and wrong. And sometimes this can feel a little bit clouded, or things like just aren't in alignment. I know if you're feeling really indecisive, that can be really hard. So connecting to this wisdom layer allows you to develop a deeper sense of connection and mainly trust with yourself. So I find that a really good way to play with this layer and refine it is playing with inversions. So creating that sense of trust, and we'll just see how we go, but in a really mindful way. So you're going to come onto your shins, and you'll need your blocks. I love the blocks. And you'll just lift your lower back, open the chest, and you're going to have one block. If you're not comfortable on your shins, just bring another block between your feet, yeah? And then you'll have one block on your lap. And then just close your eyes. Lift your lower back, lengthen your spine. And can you just relax into yourself? Sometimes, in order to develop trust and reliance in ourselves and our own decisions and where we want to take our lives, we need to stop asking for advice. Stop looking outward for answers. Close your eyes and just take a moment of stillness to turn inwards. To know that everything you need is within you. And that you have the ability to kind of unravel these answers within yourself. Take one more breath here. And out. Good. You're just going to take your block, reach your arms out in front of you, draw your shoulders back into their sockets, and then avoid gripping the block. Just lengthen the fingers. Good. Press into the palms, feel your inner arms spin up and activate, and then lift your triceps, squeeze, and then lift your arms above your head. And you want to go to a place where you're lifting your arms without flaring the rib cage, yeah? So you lift to almost as high as you can. Take a big breath in. Firm your upper abs down, and then see if you can take your arms a little bit more back. Again, soften those front ribs. Deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to slowly bend your elbows and bring your forearms back, but try to not bring your elbows forward. So the upper arm stays back in that highest position, and then you just bend. And then straighten your arms straight back up to the ceiling. Good. And your arms are working really hard. Good. And then bend your elbows. Bend, bend, bend. Squeeze into the blocks. Your arms are working like crazy. Good. And then straighten. One more. Bend, Good. Try to take your upper arms back a little bit more, another centimeter. And then straighten. 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 Reach through the fingers. One more breath. And then release. Ooh. You're going to come onto your hands and your knees. And our wisdom body is also that ability within us to do something challenging because we know it's good for ourselves, right? Your ability to commit. So you're using that in your practice, no matter what. Breathe in, pull the chest forward. And then exhale, round your back. Again, inhale, lengthen through the heart. And then exhale, round the back. And then just come to a neutral position. So your shoulders, tailbone, and the back of your skull are in the same line. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, hover your knees. Good, and now you're actively pressing away. And from here, we're going to keep the left knee hovering, tap your right toes back. So your left knee is hovering right off the mat. Those should be able to float. Your right toes, good. Bring the right knee back in to hover. So everything stays the same, stable. Just extend your left leg back. Hover your right knee. Good, nothing else moves. Good, and then bring it in. One more each side. I know this is full on. Take the right foot back, hover the left knee. You're doing great. Good, bring it back in. One more. Take the left foot back and then hover your right knee. Good. Everything is stable. Actively press away. Core is in. Okay. Hover your left knee and then lift your hips, downward facing dog. Good. So that's like a full body warm up immediately into Annamaya kosha, the physical body. Warming up all the major muscles, shoulders, hips, core. I love things that are immediate, that make you go in and find. You have to dig deep to commit. Lift onto your toes. Good. And then start to walk forward. But that's the thing about doing hard things. When we commit to it, it feels really good. It's satisfying. Good. And we deepen that connection to ourselves and our own knowledge. Pull the chest forward, lengthen. And then exhale to fold. Circle the arms wide. Press the palms above your head. And pull the thumbs through the heart. Release the arms by your side. Inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. And step your right foot back. Lower your knee. Find 90 degrees in your front knee and your back knee so that you're not in this stretchy lunge. Good. Firm the front body in. Lift the pubic bone to belly button. Reach your arms above your head. Interlace your hands. Press the palms to the ceiling. Firm the arms in. And then again, avoid those ribs flaring. Soften the front ribs down. And then from here, it's going to be quite immediate. You lift your right knee and hover just an inch. See what happens. Lower it back down. Notice if you lean forward to lift the leg, try to go straight up. Lift your knee, hover. Oof. Oofda, that's what they say in Minnesota. Lower your knee down. Okay, one more. Refirm the arms, lift the knee, hover. Hold for 3. I'm doing it with you. 2. And 1. Lower the knee. Release your arms. You can use your blocks for your half split. Straighten your left leg forward. And again, find a long spine. Yeah, so the heel digs down. Flex the toes back. Pull the left hip crease back. And then pull your chest forward. Radiate the heart space forward. Big breath in. Good. And out. Really connecting Pranamaya kosha, that energy center. And step your left knee back to meet your right. So you're on your hands and your knees. We're going to do our wrist push-ups. So easier, you just bring your knees in. More, harder, you bring your knees back. So we just start to lift the palms. The thumbs lift. The fingers stay down and lower. Try to lift the hands at the same time. Good. And nothing moves in the shoulders. So you actively press away only the wrists, and that first knuckle is moving. And we're just creating a little bit of heat in the forearms. 5, go a little bit faster. 4, same time. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Walk your arms forward, Anahatasana. Melt the chest down. And at the same time, find a little lift through the front of the body. Ribs, belly, chest pull in, and the head floats between the ears. So you actively press down into your hands. One more breath. Lower the forearms, slide forward onto your belly, and bring the hands by the ribs. And press your feet down. Toenails anchor, lift the chest into cobra. Get these out of the way. Good. Elbows pull in, lift the chest. And then release. And then downward facing dog. Lift the hips. And deep breath in. And out. Still the mind by stilling the body. And connecting to that Maya kosha, the mind stuff. Rather than moving around, itching, fidgeting. Committing to stillness. And lift your heels. Good. Lift your right leg high. Draw your knee to your chest. Step between your hands. Lower the left knee 90 degrees in both knees. Reach your arms up. Interlace the hands. Press the palms up. Become still. Trust yourself. Trust your legs. Firm the arms. Lift through the hands. And then lift your left knee. Woo! And then lower it back down. And again, have the integrity in the upper body. Good. And then lift the left knee. Hover. Good. Lower it back down. Good. This is such a quick way to heat up the whole body. And then lift the left knee. Hover. Lean the upper body back. 3. Hold. 2. Feel the shaking. It's fine. It's good. And release. Good. And then release your hands. Half split. The instability is so good. It shows us, it brings to light where we need to place more attention so that we feel stable. We can trust ourselves. And pull that right hip crease back. Big breath in. And out. Bend your knees, step forward. And breathe in, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen the spine, and then fold. Circle the arms wide, lift up, press the palms. And pull the thumbs through the heart, release the arms by the side. Inhale, circle, and lift. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, step your left foot back. And keep the knee lifted. Bring your hands to the blocks. We'll do a couple movements of lunge. Get into the backs of the legs. Pull the chest forward, heart forward. And then exhale, straighten your right leg. 2 more. We bend. And pull the right hip crease back. Straighten. 1 more. Bend. And straighten. And bend into your knee. And then from here, take your arms back to arrowhead. And lift the belly off of the front thigh so it's not resting. Yeah, and then you have to actually use your foundation and your legs. Trust the support. Build strength, build foundation. Good. On the breath in, reach your arms up. Bend your back knee to hover. And then exhale, take your arms back, arrowhead. So we're really getting into the legs. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hover the back knee. Good. And then sweep the arms back. Again. Hover the back knee. Good. And then sweep the arms back. Good. Release your hands down. Lower the left knee. Step your right knee back. Tabletop. Move the blocks out of the way. So I'm going to turn around to demonstrate this. Bring your forearms down. Elbows underneath the shoulders. We're doing all the prep for the inversions. Good. For pincha. Forearm stand. You're going to flip the palms to the ceiling. I love this one. I do this often. Lift the forearms about 10 degrees, and then you're going to take your thumbs out, and you'll feel that little squeeze under your armpits, and you keep going out, out, out. Notice if your chin's reaching forward. Lengthen the back of the neck, and you'll feel this little pulse. So try not to have your arms cross all the way over and then go out. You stay in the end range, so you're just working your strength right there underneath the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then you lower the forearms, grab a block, or place your hands down parallel, and then round your back. So we're just going to hold dolphin. We're not even going up. You have to do everything in stages. Tuck the toes, lift your hips. Good. Walk the feet in. And then notice if you're flaring through the ribs. Pull the front ribs in, relax the back of the neck. Anchor into your forearms. Press your outer wrist down. And breathe. And try to be still. Notice if you're fidgeting. Can you be in the fire? You have to be still in order to find clarity. 2 more breaths. Hard work is satisfying. Walk the feet back, forearm plank. It's okay to go off your mat. Pull the chest forward, actively press away, and then lower the pelvis all the way down. Little sphinx. And then slide the hands by the ribs. Put upward facing dog or cobra. You decide, to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. So we're working with our foundation, working from the ground up. Most of the time we spend on our feet, so it's good to be stable in our legs. Feel grounded in ourselves. Lift your heels, lift your left leg high. And then draw your knee into your chest, step through. And then bend your knee. You can use blocks or fingertips. Breathe in, heart forward. And exhale, straighten your left leg. Bend and heart forward. And then exhale, straighten your front leg. One more, bend. And straighten. Good. Bend your knee. Come to the fingertips. Inner thighs pull in towards each other. Reach your arms back so you're an arrowhead. Open the chest. Reach through the fingertips. Back thighs lifted. As you breathe in, bend your right knee. Reach your arms above your head. Buoyant, like you could bounce. And as you exhale, reach the arms back. Pull the left hip crease back. Again, arms above the head. Hover the right knee. And then take the arms back. One more. Lift. Feel it all. Reach the arms back. Good. Release your hands. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Circle the arms wide. Lift all the way up. Press the palms above the head. And then pull the thumbs into the heart. Release your arms by your side. Okay, bend your knees. Reach your arms by your ears. Chair. I love chair. It's such a good one. Full body. Get into the legs. Good, and you start to build this sense of fluidity. So feel through all the challenging moments, all the hard stuff. You can do all the hard things. Keep going all the way down until you're on your butt. Good, come onto your back. Place your feet down. Both feet down. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Good. And then straighten the leg. Bend the knee. Straighten the leg. One more. Bend the knee. Straighten the leg. Keep the legs straight. Interlace the hands behind your head. Big breath in. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Good. This might be enough. Or you begin to extend your left leg long so it's hovered without your left hip dropping. Good. So it's like your legs are slicing. Lift a little bit higher. Good. And then option to reach your arms above your head. Press through your palms. Press your lower back down. Connect to your center. Belly down. One more breath. Good. Slowly circle the arms around. Grab your right thigh. Lower your left foot. Lower your head, coming out the same way. Good. Lower your right leg. Here we go. Other side. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh. Let's straighten your left leg. Inhale. And then bend. Again. Straighten. And bend. Good. Straighten your leg. Hold. Here. Take the hands behind your head. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Good. And then, for more, you extend your right leg. It's okay to keep your leg there. Make the choice that's best for you. That's why yoga's so good, that we're forced to make choices in class, so we tailor the practice to exactly what we need. Good. Firm the outer hips in. Adduct the legs towards the midline. And then option to reach your arms above your head. Press through your palms like you're in a handstand. And breathe. Belly down. Find your center. Whew. It's not easy. And then circle the arms around. Find the leg. Place your right foot down. Lower your head. Lower your left knee. Big breath in. Hands down. Lift your hips up. And find a bridge. So you open through the front of the hips. Tailbone lifts. Soften the ribs so you're not in too much of an extension. Then lower your hips. You're going to lift up, cross your ankles, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. So good. Okay. Lift your heels. Center your left foot. Lift your right leg high. Inhale. And draw your knee into your chest. Step through between your hands. Place the back heel down for warrior one, but just wait. Firm the right hip in. Bring the block with you. And then reach your arms above your head. So just like we did in the beginning, finding the block. So we're finding more opening in the shoulders. Bend into your front knee. Warrior one. Anchor that back leg. So lift your back inner thigh. And then slowly begin to bend your elbows. Good. And straighten. It's a lot happening. Good. And straighten. Good. Always just hold if you need. Bend the elbow. Good. And straighten. Good. Bend the elbows. And straighten. Good. And then just start to lean forward on the diagonal. Pull the right hip crease back. Right hip crease back. Release the block. Spin over towards the left. And parallel the feet. I like to line the heels with the mat. Big breath in. Lift up. Good. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand all the way up. You're going to lift your right arm above your head. Bend your elbow. Good. Take your left hand to your right hand. Press the head back.
Good, so you can stay here. If you don't have a strap, just stay here. This is perfect, right? What we're working is the external rotation in the right shoulder, which is our goal. If you want the full bind, spin the left palm back and down. Fingers reach up. You can find the fingertips or your shirt. Soften the front ribs. Press your head back into your arms and then start to fold forward. Folding forward. And notice if your head droops down, I want you to press the head back up into the arm. So your spine is in one long, beautiful line. Good, one more breath. And out. When we do bind, sometimes the ego gets a little bit eager and involved. And so you need to pay attention to that. That is not the wisdom. That's the opposite. Okay, pull the chest forward. Big breath in. And then walk all the way back to the top of the mat. Okay. You're in easy twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Big breath in. Circle your right hand all the way back. Frame the foot. Pick up your front toes, step to plank. From plank, lower all the way down to your belly. And point the toes. Lift the chest into cobra. Traction the hands back. Feel the back body light up. And then, different transition. Press to your knees. Lower your forearms down so you're ready for your forearm stand. You can use the block. Good. And we take options. So you have options. Pick the one that's best for you. Round your back. Challenge yourself, but like in a good, healthy way. Lift your knees. Only you know if you're doing that. Walk the feet in. Good. And then you either stay here or option to lift your left leg. Good. And you can stay here or option to play with lifting that bottom foot into the L or lifting up all the way. And breathe. Take another breath in. And then when you're ready, so you can come out in a very controlled way. Good. You know your healthy boundaries. Walk the feet back. Pull the chest forward, forearm plank. Good job. Lower the hips. Good. Pull the chest forward, sphinx. And then slide the hands back by the ribs. So we're back into cobra. That's how we started our little dolphin series. Lift your legs. Reach your arms back. And imagine squeezing a block between your hands. Make your legs longer. Good. Place the hands by your ribs. Place your feet down. Upward facing dog. 2, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And down. Other side. Lift your heels. Lift your left leg high. Draw your knee into your chest. Step between your hands. Melt the back heel down. Separate your feet more if you need to. And then find your block. Left hip firms in. And then lift your arms up. All the way up. Good. Without flaring the ribs. Good. Soften the front ribs down. Lift the frontal hips towards your lower ribs. Descend into the front thigh. And then we go with the elbows. So we bend the elbows, keeping the elbows kind of as out of sight as possible so they don't come in front of the face. And straighten. We bend. And straighten. One more. Bend. Take the elbows back. Straighten all the way up to the ceiling. And then with control, send the left hip crease back and keep going. All the way down, working the booty. Release the block. Walk over towards the right. Parallel the feet. Breathe in. Half lift.
Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach your left arm above your head. Bend your elbow, grab it with your right hand, and this can be enough. Press the skull back so the head, scapula are in the same line. Stay here, or take your right arm, spin the thumb down, palm back, and wiggle the right hand up the middle of the back. You might find the fingers, if not, even both sides of the waist. Breathe in, find length. And then exhale, we fold. Fold, fold. Press the head back into your forearm. And only going to the place where your spine isn't compromised. So keep the length, keep the integrity, and be honest with yourself. Create a sustainable practice. And then slowly release the arm. Good. Hands down. Walk all the way back to the top of the mat. I'll take an easy twist. Right hand down. Left arm up. Let the shoulders unravel. You take your left hand back and down. Circle it all the way. Lift the front toes. Step to plank. Breathe in. And then slowly lower all the way down. Good. Point the toes. Lift the chest into cobra. And then the knees are down. Press into your hands. Lower your forearms down. Round 3. Good. Option to go upside down. You make the call. Good. Round your back. It's nice because when you practice at home, you don't have other people around, well, sometimes influencing your decision. You just make the one that's right for you. Lift your knees. Walk your feet in. So you can either stay here, actively press away. This might be plenty. Left foot down, right foot up. Lift your left heel and you can stay here, or maybe play with lifting your left foot. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach through the toes. Be where you are. It's yoga. And then release your foot. When you're ready, walk your feet back. Forearm plank. Get long. And then lower the hips all the way down. Let's take a moment in your Sphinx. Enjoy it. Notice the heat. And slide the hands by your ribs. Good. Lift your chest, lift your legs. Take your legs long. Good. This time, reach your arms back, and you're going to squeeze the heels into your butt. Squeeze. And then lengthen your legs long again. Again, squeeze, heels into your butt. And lengthen. And again, squeeze, heels into the butt. Reach your arms back. If your hands find your ankles at the same time, grab your feet. Otherwise, just keep squeezing. And then pubic bone down. Lift the chest. Find your bow. Notice the knees. Hug the knees in towards the midline. Gaze forward. Lift the thigh bones. Lift the chest. One more breath. And then slowly release. Good. Wiggle your hips side to side. Windshield wiper the legs side to side. And then just relax your head down. And be still. Just connect to that part of yourself that knows the way. onto your back. And just hug your knees into your chest. Super simple. Cross your right thigh on top of your left. Gomukhasana. Legs or eagle legs. Hug your knees into your chest. And just feel your glutes kind of awaken and stretch after being worked. Giving them a little bit of love. Nothing forced though. When anything is forced or pushed, we know that that's not wise. It doesn't come from that higher self, that higher mind. And there's something about the intuition wisdom that embodies this word allow. Allow things to unravel on their own time. And drop your knees over to the left. You can keep them in Gomukhasana, or you can just stack one on top of the other if it's too much. Breathe into your right ribs, your right chest. Let that feel good. Come back to center. And take your left thigh on top of your right. Just hug your knees in. And just like we did with the end of our practice for the mental body, Vinjanamaya kosha, you're starting to create this sense of deep peace and ritual with the closing of your practice. You know, we're not going to have all the answers in one day. Connecting to all these different aspects of ourselves takes time and practice until they become more habitual and ingrained. So be patient. And drop your knees over to the right. And come back to center. And you're just going to come into your Shavasana. Comfortable resting pose, arms out about 45 degrees away from the body, toes flop open. And just surrender. Allow yourself to just retreat deeper into yourself. Deep into that place of knowing what's best for you in every moment. And leaning into that. Trusting that a little bit more each day, each practice. Take a deep breath in. And out. Take a big stretch, full body stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest. Just draw your knees over to one side. Keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up to seated. Ooh. Illuminate the spine. Bring one hand onto your heart, one hand to your belly. There's something amazing about how yoga influences every other aspect of our lives, every interaction we have, every conversation, every decision. And so I want you to notice as you go about your day, how you're interacting with the world after practicing yoga, how you're interacting with yourself. And notice if the decisions you make come from a higher place, a better place. And it's just an observation. It doesn't need to be immediate. Just connecting to that. Bring the hands into your heart. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Bring the thumbs to the forehead and take a deep bow. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Have a great day.